What is up, people? Welcome back. Yeah, that was pretty weird. Hope everybody's doing alright. I'm doing kind of okay, I guess. I'm not 100%, into it, but I really want to finish this pack, and, well, I kind of got on, and I looked a little bit at what we could do, because, well, if you remember, about, 3 weeks ago? we automated a bunch of things, like, I think we worked on the draconic energy core, maybe? We've got all the lithium here, and, there's a bunch of things that, can be done, and were done. So then I thought to myself, well, pretty much the next possible thing we do need to do is, of course, we need to automate things like field generator, UV, and then, well, I looked at my calculator, and looked over here, and then I saw that, well, I didn't need that many. And when I looked down here, I saw that I needed 74 UV. Well, because we changed the fact that the infinity ingot now comes from a craft instead of coming from the crazy crafting thing that we needed like 1,000 of the tier 10, well, it makes it that you need 74 UV generators. Alright, that's pretty good. But then I looked at ZPM, and again, it was another one that I thought was going to need to be automated, and we needed 1,200. So I crafted 1,500. I crafted 100 of field generators UV. And then I thought, well, we also need ZPM, because, well, the ZPM is needed to make the tier 7, which in turn is needed to make the things for the tier 8, which is needed to make the dragon egg. But then I looked at field generator for LUV, which is tier 7, and we need neural processing unit. And neural processing unit needs wetware, which needs dragon stem, which needs dragon egg. And dragon eggs come from tier 6, from tier 8, 7, and 6. Pretty much where I'm going with this is you need dragon eggs to get dragon eggs. That's where I'm going with this. And I was thinking of doing it by doing like the tier 8 and tier 7. And then I thought to myself, I don't like this because my brain was fuming from both ears, thinking about the fact that I needed to find a way, because I didn't want to make just an infinity amount of tier 7 and 8. I needed to find a way to simply get the correct amount of it to make the warp engine things here, and just enough as well to get the correct draconic stem cells. And then I looked at the calculator again, and I looked at how much draconic stem you need, which is 169,900. Which, if you make a calculation, means that you need 1/64th of this. I'm going to let you calculate that, but it's a lot. That's what it means. It's a lot of dragon egg. So meaning that, let's say we take tier 7, we need warp engines, and we need field generators, 2 things that need dragon eggs. If we take tier 8, it takes warp engine, and of course, well, if you take here and you look, you also need to get the layer, which needs the tier 7. So we're back into you need it for the warp and you need it for the field. So then I looked at tier 6. Tier 6 gives 32 eggs, but it's also quite easier to make. This is automated already. This is automated already. This is automated already. This is literally a tiny craft of a tier 5, some lumium, and some quantum stars. Still, it's automated already pretty much. Then we got the resonant thruster, which, if we go down here, and we click T, there's some right here, and where is it? It should be automated. That's where I'm going to. But yeah, it's right here. Oh, it's true. It's because it's automated, I think, somewhere around here. Yeah. So as you can see, right over here is where we automate the resonant thrusters. So, again, it's automated. So then we need to look at the things we don't have automated, like a basic quantum chest, which is a tier 2, an MV field generator, a machine hull, and some aluminum, which are things that are pretty much already automated. All right, then Enderium micro miner core. Okay, so block of redstone, which are automated, and pretty much Enderium, which are joke to make. Cool. Oh, then the field generator, we already talked about that one. But then we got the fusion controller. Fusion controller gets a little bit more complicated because you need tier 4. Then you also need a robust tungsten steel, which we're going to probably make like this. So it's tungsten steel stuff. Not too bad. But then you get the advanced plating, which is art carbon alloy with yttrium, barium, cuprate plates, which is nothing to do. But then you also need to get graphite and diamonds, which are two things that are easy. But for the basic plating, it gets a little bit more complex again, because you need the steel heavy plating, which is automated, and the tough alloy, which needs lithium and ferroboron. But ferroboron is a little bit complex. I know I'll say this word a lot. Which needs boron and steel. Steel, pretty easy. You pour it down. Boron, on the other end, you can either have the tier 5 to get it, which I'm not going to do. You can either get the tiny piles of stuff, which if we check, you can do it from lipid thingy. And there's no other ways except borax, which you can get anyway. So the pulverization of dust, which we don't have. And here it is, borosilicate glass pulp. Yes. What the heck is that? So here you can see there's boron glass, which makes no sense because you can't have it. It would be a way if you could pour it into boron glass, but you can't. The only way to get it automated without having to do anything and using a tank is to do borosilicate glass. Meaning that we're gonna throw away this part of the things. So over here, we're going to throw away the silicon dioxide dust, but we're going to keep the one boron dust so we can make our things. And over here, the borosilicate glass pulp then simply comes from either an ingot or a block, and those come from the liquid itself, which is where we're going. I know, all this work to say this is how we're going to do it. And over here, well, of course, there's iron plates and a chest. So, nothing too complex, but this is, I think, where we're going to go. And, well, of course, that also means we're going to need some quantum stuff, which is not too complex to make. There's a couple of ways you can make it, but we're going to have that one. The dragon lair, we're already getting it. Let's see, how many dragon lairs do we have? Dragon lair, 69,000. It's not that bad, and if we want, we can craft some more, but we're going to have to find a way to automate it, because it's stuff that we won't touch. That's the way. That's the way. I like it. Okay, so if we look at this, this is pretty much where we need to go. And this is going to give us 32 eggs every time we run the machine, which if we check, I can't calculate how much it is. I'm not good at math like that. So nothing too complex, but let's start working onto automating this thing here. And the first thing I'm going to do is look at what we already have automated, and I can just send into a chest like these things here. Tier 2 we already have. I think we might have MV here. So if we check no, I think I'm messing up. Yeah, this thing here. So T, I don't have anything. MV machine hull. There we go. So this one here makes already MV machine hulls. So we can grab it from this and send it somewhere. So that is good. Of course, that also means probably I'm going to put something at the back here, just sending items into a chest, hidden away from everything, just to get the correct item in the correct place. But I'm like 95% sure that we got a place somewhere that has MV of this. If not, again, it's a joke to make. Energetic, tier 2, and an Iovander, which this one, as you can see, we've got in some of the chests already. So, let me prepare a bunch of things. I do think we will use this back for a bunch of things. We can use the 4 blocks over here that are empty for maybe one of the crafts. And gonna use probably the 2 in the front to make the rest of the craft that we need. Probably not gonna do all in one go. So I'll bring you guys back after the first batch of machines that I'm gonna craft and just show you what it does. Simple as that. Alright, so I thought that, it was about time that I did a tiny update on what I'm working on here. And, yeah, it's fine. I'm using a little bit of trickery with phantom faces and a lot of crafting. So let's start with this side over here. So we have the borosilicate glass that turns into a block, that turns into borosilicate glass pulp, that gets transformed into boron. We trash everything else. Over here we have the ferroboron being made with the steel that is being made at the bottom. Then this gets transferred into the side, and with the ferroboron and the lithium we made the tough alloy. The lithium comes from the bottom. At the bottom here we make tungsten that gets transferred with the tough alloy into here. Well, it doesn't get transferred, it just gets taken from here. Over here, I had a chest that I was using, I believe, somewhere around here. I don't remember exactly where I took that chest, but it had like 4 items into it, so I was like, let's use it for good. And I added diamond, steel, heavy spruce wood, and the hopper as well. I know it's kind of weird, but it's just because I needed to keep the hoppers somewhere. I'm not even sure they're going to go in there. We might use a phantom face. Not sure yet. Okay, so it goes into here, and it makes the basic plating. What you don't see, if I break this here, in the back here, I've got a phantom face connected to the basic. And this is because over here we need to make the advanced plating. So for this, I have the basic in the back. At the top over here, I've got the yttrium, barium, cuprit plate. At the top here, we make the graphite. It goes down into hard carbon with the diamonds. And again, it gets made into an advanced plating. That's pretty good because that does mean that we got these 2 over here. But then the next step pretty much going to be that we need to transform it into fusion reactor. And at the same time, well, we make the advanced plating, but we're going to be able to use it for that. The only thing is we need to do the tungsten steel, which I haven't made so far. What I have made on this side here, I've got a chest here. Again, the same chest that contains items. And it is to get some chest going in here. I hate the fact that I've got to automate chests. And on the other side, we've got iron to make hoppers. Yeah. So I was able to fill in this, except I did not place my tank over there, which I guess I could, but I just kind of feel like this one's going to fill the other one, and we're kind of going to lose the liquid. The thing I don't like, though, is that I've got a cable going back into the chest for the hoppers. So like I said, maybe we'll use something else instead. So with all this being said and done, what I've done is made the hopper for this, and we need that one. And over here, what we do is we need the tier 4 and the machine casing as well. So pretty much the only thing left that we need to make the 2 fusion things are to make the robust tungsten steel machine casing. And then this is going to be able to be used into our recipe to make our tier 6. So, pretty neat. pretty neat. I still haven't looked at these three. Again, these seem pretty straightforward. These two were the most complicated one, but I still think this is not too bad. So that kind of means that we need the tungsten steel. So let's do tungsten steel. And if we scroll down a little bit, we're going to get to this point where we can have the recipe. So it's tungsten steel rods and tungsten steel plates that are going to make that. And that one with tungsten steel plates, wait, it still goes in here, will make the robust tungsten steel machine casing. So if we look here, that does mean I will need one more assembling machine because we're going to have one. Let's say, so we need plates and plates plus this one. So let's put that one over. I'm kind of thinking. So we're going to need to put, let's just do it like this. So we're going to put it here. Do I have my other one? No, but we can grab a solidifier. I thought I had some of them on me. All right, so we're going to put that one there. Come on, give it to me. There we go. Another assembling machine right there. And then this is pretty much the way I'm doing this. So we're going to have tungsten steel. So that one here is, no, that's not the one. That is the one. Right? Oh, I've got one frame. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So we're going to have that right there. This one here is going to be an insert with a filter, where we're going to have this being 64 because I hate that it's 1. All right, that goes there. We open it, put that there, keep exact, 64, perfect, and this thing can go to 64. All right, and also, well, this thing is simply going to extract to the right. So that seems pretty easy and all. The only thing is, of course, since you need here also the rods, we're simply going to make it on the other side, which I didn't think about because it needs 2 things, which is kind of, I'm thinking. I'm really thinking this one. Just to make it as small as possible. That's why I'm always thinking of these. Because, okay, so let's get ourselves the craftings. All right, so we need these 3 crafts. So to make that one, you actually need to go for an ingot and then transform it into a rod. And to make the plate, you can go straight from the liquid. And to make that one, well, you need both. So that means our first assembler is going to need the 2. All right, so that's pretty good. But this one, since it needs 2 of them, that means that you're going to need a solidifier and either an extruder or a lathe to send into this one. So there is a way I could do this, but I don't think it's really pretty. So the other way would be, let's say you have liquid at the top, solidifier, lathe, assembler, solidifier, and tank. Or we could push that down. So I think that might be the way. The only thing I don't like with this is you gotta have a way to send your plate into both at the same time. So, all right, so we're gonna change that. And the way we're gonna go about this is we're gonna put the assembling machine there. And you will then export and do that. So you're going to extract exactly 64. This one over here will do that. This one here can actually change side. You don't need to export. All right. And pretty much we'll have a cable right here. So Now if we go back to ZPM, because that's just the level I use to do things. A lot of people ask me, like, why don't you just literally use, like, the higher tier? I don't know. It just seems fine to me at this level. Do I not have any more solidifiers? I thought I had, like, 1 or 2 left. Yeah, I had 2. Alright, so we're going to need that there. And a lathe. Turns out I don't have one. I'm never sure if the lathe is needed or if it's faster than an extruder. But yeah. Alright, so let's do tank. I'm like 79% sure one of those here is tungsten state. So let's go quickly through them. Well, it turns out it wasn't in there. But it's not a problem. Let's do this. Alright, so we've got a stuff here. There we go. We've got some liquid here. Let's go empty that one and grab some of that liquid. Wait, okay. it kind of disappeared. Perfect. So we're going to put like the first tank right there. Some liquid in there. And the next tank right there. Some liquid in there. And pump. Pump. No, you still export in the back. And we do that. Import. Import. All right. So of course there's no power. I haven't connected anything. And the lathe should be good enough for us to do this. I did have a mold of an ingot. Yeah, I don't know why I removed it from my inventory. All right, this can export there. And again, this thing here with filter, tungsten steel rod, keep exact, 64. And over here, instead of that one, it's going to be that one. So this should work and give us what we need. I always put some speed upgrade just because I can. And there we go. So this should work. I should have a CEF as well. There we go. It's like I prepared everything or of some sort. Okay, and we will need to have a draconic thing that I never remember the name. And since I don't want to change this one here, I'm just going to grab that one there to connect it. Just because I'm lazy. And also I don't want this recording to be 75 minutes long. There we go. So if we go up, it says it doesn't have power. Oh, yeah. So this is one thing. Never forget that you need to shift right click this thing to output. There you go. So this thing goes here. Of course, to make that one, you need configuration 1. So circuit. There we go. There it is. And there it is. We've got some robust tungsten steel machine frame. Perfect. Which are the 2 things we need over here. So that means that we're going to be able to, let's say, do that. And let's get some filters. So 2 filters like such. And robust thingy doodler. And again, we're going to scroll until our finger can't scroll no more. And this is going to be useful because we're going to have this there and that there. Okay. And that one's going to come here. That one's going to come there. And we're probably going to have like an ender chest there of some sort, I think. I think this might make sense. Not sure yet. Not sure yet. So, no, you see this one doesn't make sense here. It makes sense like here. But so the first one here is going to be this. So we're going to have to move that at the top. And that one over here will simply be this one. And I'm not sure it used the correct tier 4. So let's check here. I never know. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so this is the correct tier 4 we use. There we go. All right. The only thing that is a little bit of an issue is that I need to move these by phantom face. So this is kind of a problem. Yeah. Because the thing is, this one here will create the fusion, but then it needs to be put with the hopper. So maybe let's try that. Okay, so we're going to need 2 phantom face. I know I make 3, but it's the rule. You just make more. Let's put that away. There we go. We got 2. So this one here needs to be connected. So I'm going to put that there. But you got to be careful because when you do that, that means you're constrained that on the other side, you cannot have anything that needs power there. So, all right. So we're going to link them. This one is the basic. Basic needs to go here. And our advanced need to go into the middle one. Perfect. So that means that now we've got the advanced. Now we just need the robust, which shouldn't be an issue. I did put my speed back. I should always keep those on me. I always use them. All right. So there we go. So it's already crafting some of that. There we go. Just a little bit faster. Perfect. So this one is being crafted, but now it needs to also be changed to do the fission one. So there's 2 ways we could do that. One of the ways is simply to put this crafting on top, and then let's say put the ender chest there, but then we need to move the item as well. So I think the way I'm going to do that is I will put that one here, and it will be this recipe. So it's going to take this without an issue. So let's do that. And it needs to pour it back into our chest because it's a chest that we're going to use pretty much for everything. For this one here, it needs the things for the chest as well. So what I'm going to do is input, output into the chest. It might be weird. You might be thinking, why don't you just put it there? It's because I need to output what's in here back into the chest. So it would still need a cable somewhere to be able to output it. So that is why. Also, I'm showing you a little bit what goes through my mind when I do these. I did one without you, I'm doing this one with you, and next episode we'll be able to finish everything else. It's just a joke for everything else. So, all right. Again, we're going to need some filter things for the input on here, the input on here, and the input on here. So that one here will need us to have fission like that and fission like that. So let's do 64 of each, just because we can. And that way we don't keep like 9,723. We just keep 64 into our chest that we're going to be able to use for other crafting. Okay? Let's change that to brown. So we're going to have one for brown, one for the input into the chest, and the other one like that. This one actually doesn't need to be done, so let's just reset it. Okay, over here, what it needs is, of course, a hopper. There it is. All right, you can insert, and you're going to export into brown. Perfect. Probably don't need that many. There it is. Awesome. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this one will input the tier 4 and the robust come from the other side, but the advanced plating comes from the back. So it just needs the quantum, which we need to scroll. Alright, so you can import, export like this. Alright, but this one doesn't have any of those tier 4, so let's go where I'm doing all this, right here. There we go, and I think this one's full. Yes, so this here, let's remove it from the system. Alright, so that should work. This one will have the 15 upgrades. Alright. Are you... This is one thing that I hate. They have a tendency of doing this. So it's exporting always to the same one before the other one, which to me is a little bit weird. So it is on round robin for... Wait, is it not putting it here? Oh, yeah, my bad. Forgot to do that. That's gonna help. And there we go. We're getting Fission Controller back into here. So that is awesome. So there we go. We've got Fission Controller, Fission Reactor port, automated like we need. So now we can remove that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, this one. And we pretty much just have 3 things to automate, and we can make the tier 6 quite easily. Again, quite easily anyhow. So that is pretty good, and that is on a good way. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was the one back from, I think, 3 weeks break, so I hope I wasn't too much all over the place. I haven't done much on here in between, like, except letting everything run. But yeah, pretty much everything's a little bit high. Like, I saw a couple of things like you need 1,000 and I made like 200,000. But yeah, so with this automation, it's going to make it a lot easier because all the dragon eggs won't need to come from any of the 7 or 8. So that's going to make it even easier for us to automate other things. But that is going to be it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. If you really loved it, don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you next time, hopefully soon.